Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue. We got a great crowd here. They're pretty lively already on the left side of me. So we'll see what happens. I want to thank everybody for our Facebook likes. We're up to 3,374 likes. I appreciate the like. You know the routine. If you like us first, Smokin' Jim and I will like all your stuff within reason. Smokin' Jim will like everything. It doesn't matter. You can watch us on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area. We have a block of time every 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, Tuesday through Saturday night. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. This is a TV show. I've been running into so many people. They go, hey, where can I watch your radio show? So it's still TV. Smokin' Jim's a radio guy, but he also does another show, Steel City Sports World. Been doing that for 10 years. So he's the busiest guy in media, Smokin' Jim Frazier. We're also only on Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. So any of our Bethel Park, people that watch, they know that. And we're on 5 to 10 times a week with our shows. We do a live studio show every Tuesday night, and that's what kicks off our week, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So thanks for watching the show. We have a lot of great sports to talk about. Wait till you hear the people that are on our show. They say we have an eclectic mix. Well, tonight I have to agree. Smokin' Jim, look that up in your Funkin' Wagnalls. That's a dictionary. So I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. This is Smokin' Jim Frazier. We always start our show off with what's on our mind, and we're going to do that right now.
The Talking Machine, and if you want the green,
hold it, wait.
You got to see Levine. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man. Dan makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best meatball hoagie ever had in my life, and it's because of the Chef Pete's in the back. Big hand for Bill Boyce and his beautiful models in the house. We got international model just coming off of another victory this weekend. Sindel Barnes is in the house. Big hand for Sindel. Did anybody see Le'Veon Bell last night? Can we agree that Le'Veon Bell is a special running back? See, the NFL is all about cries, lies, and alibis. The National Football League refuses to pay running backs money because they say you can get a running back in any round. But they'll turn around and pay quarterbacks hundreds of millions of dollars because they were first-round draft picks. Ryan Leaf was a first-round draft pick. How'd that work out? Jamarcus Russell, Tim Couch, David Carr, Vince Young. How about more recently, Sam Bradford, Blaine Gabbert, Mark Sanchez, Johnny Manziel, RG3. Here's why I say that you can get a quarterback in any round. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick. Joe Montana was a 3rd-round draft pick. Warren Moon went undrafted. Kurt Warner went undrafted. Bart Starr was a 17th-round draft pick. Johnny Unitas was undrafted. Russell Wilson, 3rd round. Nick Foles, 3rd round. And my cousin, Kirk Cousins, was a 4th-round draft pick. Hey, RG3, my cousin, Kirk Cousins, is proving that the National Football League is all about cries, lies, and alibis.
Smokin' Jim, it's a new record for you. 3 weeks in a row you've talked about a cousin.
Yay! I got family.
Well, what about Zach Brenner, our co-host, come in from a busy work schedule?
He's an orphan.
All right, we'll bring him up later. He's going to be the best for last. Zach Brenner's with us every Tuesday night, and they play in the Sandbox. What's on my mind is How about Pittsburgh? 3 major sports. Penguins are playing tonight. We got the Buccos are tied with San Francisco for the top wild card spot. And who knows, if they win a couple games and win out, they might beat St. Louis because they have to lose sometime in September. They can't win all the time. And then the Steelers, I always bring up the Steelers because it's a roller coaster. The psychologists and psychiatrists in Pittsburgh, they make extra money because of all the Steeler fans. When you look at it, every Monday morning, when you're in sales or business or anything, you know if the Steelers won. Because if they didn't, you can't get in the door. And then they're telling you how bad the team is. They'll never go to the Super Bowl like it was 2 weeks ago. Now, guess what? We're going to the Super Bowl. That's what's on my mind. Well, you know what? We have a lot of great guests tonight, but this crowd on the left, we're going to have to bring them up. My good friend Marilyn Mance, we're going to bring her on, and wait till you meet her, and her good friend Mary's going to come with her. All right, I have 2 guests. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay.
Marilyn first.
I'm Marilyn Mance.
And I'm Mary Farrow.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
We are.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Why don't you 2 talk at the same time each time? Because I get yelled at that all the time. Take turns, ladies. And if you start beeping, she's not doing it on purpose. She has a speech impediment that she's had since she was born.
That's a good try. We brought you a little gift, a little towel to wave.
Little towel to wave.
And if you feel like eating it, maybe you'll eat it.
Tastes delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right, that was enough. Who's next up here?
Oh, wow.
Hold it, wait. By any chance, do you ladies like sports? I'll ask Marilyn first, then I'll ask you second, because this will never go out on air. We can't. You can't talk over each other because I do it all the time.
Right.
All right, so just take turns.
Okay.
That's why I like to bring people up by themselves. But you're breaking my rules, and you're allowed.
Okay.
Just look at the camera. And me if you want, that's fine. Oh, look back over here.
I love the Steelers. I go to all the games. My dad and I go to the games. We have
It's
a
his
blast.
fault.
I
Okay.
know, it's his fault. Yeah, great game last night, guys. Go Steelers!
Did they play? I fell asleep. It was boring.
I stayed up for every second. It was so great. I loved it.
Did you watch the interviews afterwards?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Just checking.
That's the best part, right?
No, the game is.
They were
Gotta
playing
correct you there.
bubble ball there for a while. I was a little worried about that, you know. But they're okay. We scream. We have a blast. We go to all the games, and it's just so much fun, you know. I just love it. I love the bus. I got his number on. I'll always love Jerome.
Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we went to Detroit and we saw him in the Super Bowl, and
Nice.
that was like awesome. So
It is good stuff.
Thanks for having us.
You're
And
welcome.
Mary?
Can Mary talk now?
Yeah, she can.
Okay,
hope
I'm
so.
just asking.
She makes me laugh. She
Yeah,
makes me be.
Please don't do that.
I'm not getting any younger, Mary.
This is a BPTV first. I've never had 2 guests like this and over 270 guests.
It's my turn.
Here, do you know timeout?
Time out like this. Okay. I love sports too. I love sports. I love the Steelers. I love the Pirates. I love every bit about them. One time, long time ago, talking about Jerome Bettis. Do you remember? No, I don't want to mention another sports guy's name because he's been gone for a while. But Thor Tolo had a show,
Yeah.
and we had an idea because Jerome Bettis was on there every week.
Right.
We had an idea, beach for the bus.
Yeah,
So I
we
was
the
like
beach
making her laugh, and she was beeping for the bus, and Jerome Bettis is like, I don't know what to do.
Can you try to get her to beep?
Oh yeah, hey there. Okay, this is.
All right, that's enough. I said you got to stop her though too. No.
I'm just kidding.
Now I have to throw the script out that I had written on
Yeah,
this.
you do.
That's ridiculous. Okay, we won't use it. This is unscripted.
That's unscripted.
We're going to try to do it without a script.
Who needs a script with Mary?
You're making her laugh.
No, you know what? You want to know how this all started?
I was hoping to get a question in
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
How did this all get started?
One time, a long time ago, there was a little ad in the paper, and it said if you
What
have
newspaper?
the
Post Gazette, of course.
Ah,
The
thank you
Post
for mentioning
Gazette.
that.
You're welcome. And it said if you have a funny quirk, you can go down to Station Square and audition for something. America's Funniest People.
Right.
So I called her.
What
and I
made
said,
you think of her?
Oh, funny quirk with a capital
I don't
F U.
understand
I
this.
said, Marilyn, you have a funny quirk. You have to go down. And
Did
so
she know?
She
Because she shouldn't make fun of
she was
friends like
used to it.
that.
I know, you know. So she said, "You're coming with me because you make me laugh." She said, "Okay." So we go down to Station Square.
How'd it go?
Everybody had agents.
It was fun.
Agents. And she said, "What are we gonna do?" I said, "I'll talk, you honk, and we'll go home." So the camera guy was laughing so hard that he couldn't hold the camera still.
They threw you out because they couldn't film you.
They did film us. Then 3 days later, she said, "You ready to go to Los Angeles?" I said, "Wow." She said, "They just call America's Funniest People."
No way.
They flew us out, and we won second place because a little kid won first place.
Oh, you have to vote for the
Right.
kid.
Little kid
And a
always
puppy,
wins.
too.
Then after that, the Maury Povich show 3 times, a long time ago.
Maury.
Wow,
A long
see?
time ago.
We have legends here.
And then the Howie Mandel show.
Not Howie Mandel.
Yeah, Howie Mandel used to have a talk show. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and he even.
And then what happened?
And then after that, we were on WRTV in New York City.
Wow.
And then Jimmy and Steve, remember Jimmy and Steve?
I do.
We have a
Oh,
show
yeah.
coming
Yeah.
up.
We have a show coming up.
Where?
about that?
Where could that be?
In the UK. Funny you should ask.
This is unscripted. Do you want to explain UK? Because a lot of people, they can't read a globe because you don't see them anymore. And they got smartphones, so it made them dumb.
But you got it. You hit the nail on the head.
Okay, now what's the
The
UK?
UK will.
They picked us their word.
All right, United Kingdom. That's England. Okay.
They had a
Tell him.
contest and
Okay.
they picked the 10 funniest videos in the whole world.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we got
You know
picked.
what? I can't even imagine that.
Yeah. So they're gonna air it in mid-October. So we'll let you know.
Well, that's
when they
coming
do
up.
it. Yeah.
So the beginning of the show, the guy came from London to her house.
Quit making her laugh. We're serious right now.
And she made hot stuffed peppers and
Yeah,
stuff.
I made stuffed peppers. He ate 3 of them.
Well, you know why? He never had Pittsburgh stuffed
I guess
peppers.
they were perfect.
Yeah.
What did you put in them?
I don't know.
Well, he said to her, he says, "Marilyn, this is like the intro. You say, you tune into the BBC UK and watch me laugh to make you laugh." And so she starts.
I forgot my line.
No, you didn't.
That is difficult.
I did.
I know.
And
I
then she
understand.
said,
I really did. And he kept saying, "Take 2, take 3, take
Kid, right in your house.
Like my house.
No wonder we just wanted to eat all those stuffed peppers.
Then he did it with an English accent, and she repeated it with an English accent. She goes, "You watch me laugh, eat,
Well, now
to make
I
you
was-
laugh." He goes, "No, say it how you always say it."
Well, I wish you the best of luck there.
Oh, thank you.
And I hope
That's
your
gonna
horn's
be
working
great.
that day.
It needs to work. I'll
Just
tell
stick
you.
her head out the window.
They have double-decker
I'm really
buses, you
good in
better be safe.
traffic.
Are
I
you?
am. Mm-hmm.
Why?
Really
She's
good in
great.
traffic because it.
Stick her head out the window, and away you go.
If
You're
you-
good to go.
yeah. Or if you need
Pittsburgh
a table
traffic
in a
is no
restaurant,
longer.
you know, just take me. Every time we go to the restaurant, we clear it out. Everybody
I noticed. We had a full house here. Look what happened. Even some of your friends are leaving.
They're used to it.
This isn't right. I know.
Used to it.
All those people eating food left.
I hope this guy doesn't have audio on.
No, there's audio.
We have
Okay.
ear
Don't you worry.
mufflers to take care of that.
The ear mufflers, yeah.
Hold it, since you brought that
Yes.
up. What's this ear muffler thing?
Okay, ear muffers. I invented a new earplug for the market. I had to because people were listening and they said, you're
To
too
you.
loud. And they
Yeah.
said, you got to invent. No, really, my husband snores is what happened. And
Do
Manny's
you want to
here.
mention his name? This is a family show.
Manny is in the house. And so is my daughter. Is that my
No way.
But he snored so loud that I prayed and prayed, and I asked God, give me an answer. And he gave me ear muffers. So we brought our Steeler fan over here. He's wearing our ear muffers.
Should we get a photo of him?
Yeah.
Well, Devin Shea's on the camera.
Oh,
so
that's awesome,
who
Devin.
inspired you
This
for
is
that guy?
The Lord. Oh, the Lord gave me the idea. He
There you
sure
go.
did.
Well, how
in
about
a
the
dream.
man that he's now dressing there?
Oh, and Alan. Now let me tell you what Alan said. Alan Levine, the talking machine. He's
And
got
that he
all
is.
the bright ideas. He says you need to get a mannequin to show how to wear the ear muffers
That was
because they're
brilliant.
new and nobody knows
That
how to
was
wear
brilliant.
them.
You
So
ladies can get a
he
second
is
appearance
brilliant.
because of your compliment.
Yay! Thank you.
You don't even have to mention us in that across the pond.
Okay?
You don't have to.
And
Smoking
we'll
Jim,
bring-
hand us the man over there,
Yeah.
because
And
he's
what
cute.
we'll do, he's a Steeler fan if you haven't noticed.
And the mannequin is darker than hell.
Mary wanted to know if he talks. And he's a Steeler fan.
Yes,
if
he
you haven't
is.
noticed, look at that. Yep.
Steeler fan.
I'm gonna take him to the games with me. Because-
we don't want to get too serious. But what do you call him?
So we call him Mo. This is Mo, the Muffer Man. So we have a noise meter. You know at the games how they put the noise meter on the screen, and it's real loud. Like fans, make some noise. Okay, guys.
You got any? Where's those ear muffers at?
Everybody's got ear muffers. I'm gonna give you all a pair just for coming tonight.
right.
Oh, I need it now.
You better put his
What
on.
happened to that?
Yeah, woo! Oh, you need another one? I'll get you some.
Okay, I
You'll
will.
get another one.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, this is
Well,
great.
how do they get a hold of you for this business here? What do they look?
Oh, they just look up earmuffers.com and you'll see. And our monies, we take the monies and we use them for homeless. We feed the homeless on the north side down at West Park. So if you want to know, we're raising money to buy a bus so we could feed the homeless people. So
That's
thank
great.
you all.
And,
Thank you
and
all.
they don't need a horn on the bus?
No, we don't need,
she
if
comes
the
with
horn
it.
if the horn's broken, don't worry.
If you raise a whole lot of money,
Yep.
can we feed the homeless and
Yep.
homestead?
Yeah!
He's doing that because Zach Brenner, our co-host, lives
Yeah.
in Homestead.
Oh,
That-
okay.
oh,
It's an
We
inside
get it.
joke. It's
We
not
get it.
very inside anymore.
We get it. We get it.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
Good luck.
you. God bless you.
I hope
guys.
you win.
Oh,
I
thank
hope you win.
Thank
Number
you.
one.
We already won. You had us on your show.
Oh,
We're
thank you.
thankful.
Thank you.
Very thankful.
We love
Thank
you guys.
very much.
Yeah.
Well, you take care.
Thank you. Is it off?
No, you just walk away.
Oh! Do I have it? Are you sure?
Wait, don't cut this yet. Are you ladies gonna leave? This is another first. I like you very much. But your
it's that
family, no,
time.
your family, your dad's giving a look at you. It scared me, and your mother's got a stick or something.
We've seen that look
I've
before
seen that
many
stick
times.
before.
Yeah, but I'm scared right now.
Thank you.
You better get out of here.
She's known all over the world. She's been all over the country. But for the last 10 weeks in a row, she's been right here in Sip Sports Bar. One of the most beautiful women on the planet and a champion, Sindel Barnes in the house.
Yay!
Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. I just came back this weekend from a pageant, so Smoking Jim asked me to wear my gown. That
Hold it, I didn't think you
so-
changed. I've seen Facebook photos all weekend.
Yeah, all weekend long I've had this gown on pretty much, so I have changed in and
Once.
out of it. probably about 5 times so far. So.
And that was just
know.
here at Sip Sports Bar. And no, Smoking Jim was not watching. This is a family show. And we try to keep it that way.
Yeah, no, they have a bathroom, so we're good.
Great.
We're good. We're good.
I heard they have a dressing room downstairs. Smile for Bill Boyce. I'm not talking. Do another one then. Thank you. So how'd it go?
It was amazing.
Don't keep us in suspense.
It was amazing. This is my 3rd year competing, and for all 3 years I did choreography for the event, and this is the first year that I ever placed. As far as I knew from the judges, I placed 3rd, which was technically 2nd runner-up, but they don't announce it. They only announce the top 2 and then the next 10 in random order. So I'll be in this year's calendar, as well as I'll get to go back in Halloween and get another chance next year.
And explain what this is for, because we skipped a beat with Smoking
skipped
Jim.
it.
I can't even hear right now.
So the calendar it's a calendar event search. It's an annual search. It's called Miss Red Hot. You can find it at www.missredhot.net. It's like a little sorority group of girls that we get together every month for events. And you can kind of hang out with us, and we do different types of events like bikini competitions or Halloween parties or player parties or pool parties. It just depends on the month. And then this year's our
You're not
annual.
doing this in January outside.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We do a Bikini Mountain, though. That is outside. We do photography in the snow. And I did that last year. It is
Tell
really
them what
cold.
day, because we're not going to be able to
really
hold them
cold.
back.
It's very far. That's about 6 hours away. So I'm doing all
He
this.
travels well.
I heard. I'm doing all this in prep for, I'm going to compete in Miss MS Pennsylvania, United States in March of next year. So
2015,
Yeah.
folks.
So-
Coming attractions. That's great.
I'm really excited for it. It's the only pageant that actually allows single mothers to compete. So for anybody who's in the audience that doesn't know, I am a single mom as of this point with 2 children. I did just recently get engaged, but since we're not married, I still have to compete in that division.
Just technicalities.
So, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so, today's my best friend's birthday. She's in the audience today, Katie.
No.
So she came to support me on the show.
She's my Facebook friend and
Yeah,
my friend
she
from
is.
Pittsburgh Sports
And
Line.
then my other best friend, Brittany Zeiler, graduated today. So it's been a busy day for my friends and us, so we're all kind of celebrating together. So
Can't
she
think of
couldn't
a
come
better
out.
place or time than Pittsburgh Sports Line.
Yeah, so best place to come. She's been here with me a couple events. You guys have seen her before, so.
No, really?
Yeah.
How did I become friends with her?
Here at Pittsburgh Sports Line on Sips Bar, so.
I know. We appreciate the support.
So she's over
Definitely.
there. What are you eating today? Mozzarella sticks, right? Mozzarella sticks.
You
So,
got to
they're all
have her
eating
build
here.
a burger. And if you get lucky, there's that best meatball hoagie that Smoking Jim eats
I like that.
every 2 weeks. You can't. You got to keep your figure. You're in all these competitions.
Yeah, no. This is my last competition of this year, so
Here, you could have mine.
we can eat. We can eat
Can
now.
you?
We can eat
2
now.
meatball hoagies for this young lady. She's a champion. Sindel, thanks. Anything
you
else?
guys so much.
Why don't you tell them how to get a hold of you before you
If
go?
you guys want to get a hold of me, you guys can find me on any social media at Sindel. That's SINDELPGH. Or you guys can email me at sindelpgh@gmail.com. That's my personal email for bookings and ratings and stuff like that. So you guys can find me almost on anything. The one and only from Pittsburgh. So
Exactly. I believe it. Thank you very
you're
much.
welcome. Thank you
Take
guys.
care.
My name is Colleen Berg, and I'm the president of Evolution Enterprises, and we're located in Butler, Pennsylvania. We are a fight club, and we train MMA fighters, kickboxers, and we also offer Krav Maga, which is the Israeli self-defense system. And recently, we've also added an anti-bullying program for children. So we have a host of fighters on our roster, including female fighters. Courtney Kern just recently won her match with Gladiators of the Cage in Pittsburgh. We also have 2 fighters coming up for Complete Devastation MMA in Altoona in November. That would be John Rarick.
Yeah, our friend.
Yes.
He's been on our show 2 times.
Yes, and Damon Peel. Damon will be making his AMI debut, so we're very excited about that.
That's
He's
great.
an
What weight
awesome.
class?
Damon is running about 145, I believe.
Wow, that's a tough weight
And
class there.
I'm really proud of him. He came to us with absolutely no martial arts background whatsoever, has put his time in, and he's coming along phenomenally. He is one to watch. in the upcoming
Say his
years.
name again so
it's
we can
Damon Thiel.
Damon Thiel.
Yes.
All right.
Courtney, again, is our female fighter, and I'm supposing she'll probably be taking another match with Gladiators. I'm going to
Sure.
suspect January, February-ish.
Sounds good.
Yes. And our anti-bullying program is growing by leaps and bounds.
Now, when is it? How do they get a hold of you on that?
Okay.
Same things?
Anti-bullying program is on Monday and Wednesday nights from 5 until 5:45. It's for children ages 6 to 13. We also have a smaller children's class as well. You can reach
You
us.
mean younger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We also, our phone number is 724-421-7093, or you can reach us at info@evolutionenterprisesllc.com. And just on
How
a
about
side
a
note,
Facebook page?
we do have a Facebook
Yeah,
page,
put that
and
out
it's Evolution
there.
Enterprises
You like us?
LLC.
Oh, we already liked you. Okay.
Yes,
And what's
we
this
did.
Mama Evo thing?
Well, apparently the fighters have tagged me behind the scenes as Mama Evo because I'm the one that runs around and wipes up.
Whoa, don't talk. It's a family
Yeah.
show. What goes on here?
No, they'll be
Wow.
sparring in the boxing ring, and it's like, hey, Colleen, Mama Eva, bring me the paper towels, or,
Oh, okay.
So I do love these kids as my own. I really, truly do. We do everything in our power to keep our costs down,
Sure.
and we put as much money as we can back into the facility. I try to buy them a new piece of equipment at least every 6 months.
That is awesome.
Yes, because we're there for them.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Now, you're doing a lot of great things. I just wanted to help you out here. So this is up in Butler County. We have people that watch us up in Cranberry and Wexford. So if you can get out there, and anti-bullying, we're all about that stuff.
Absolutely.
So definitely.
Absolutely.
We need more people helping. The self-defense that you teach is just awesome. Except I have one complaint. When we did that special show with Jessica Lee, and we brought one of your guys up, he didn't anticipate that Zach Brenner is one of the strongest guys he'll meet. And Zach Brenner's a competitive sort of guy. So I just said, just let him go. And Zach's like, I could take him. And I'm like, no, this is about self-defense. So I just wanted to clarify that.
That would have been Will.
Yeah.
Will Fry. He
Yeah.
is he's one of our instructors.
And he's a very nice young man.
Yes. Will is, believe it or not, only 17. And the International Krav Maga Federation accepted him into their instructors program early. Most won't take people until they're 21.
That's great.
It was. We were
Well, he did
so
stay
thankful.
up while Zach was not letting him make a move. So it shows that he's stubborn like the rest of us.
He is. And we are just very, very fortunate to be tied to such a wonderful international organization.
That is.
All of our curriculum is tried and tested in Israel before it's distributed globally to each country
More
and
people
their
need
directors.
to find out about this.
Absolutely. And I was just telling Dan Bogan tonight
Who?
that Dan Bogan tonight.
The Hall of Famer, Rostam Man, Gladiators of the Cage announcer, and who knows whatever else.
I saw some posts recently that Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt are actually taking Krav Maga now in preparation for an upcoming movie roles that they're going to be performing. So it's great for us because the international exposure. You say Krav Maga, and most people are like, what?
I know I can barely say it. Krav Maga. And you're on
Yes.
Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Yes. So
Again.
we're very excited.
No, that is great.
Yes.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for traveling all the way down from Butler with Dan. To me, I know that could be a burden. I'm not going to bring him on right away because I got a wrestler I'm bringing up next who people haven't met yet. So.
Okay.
But Dan will get his time. I might be able to get him 3 minutes.
3 minutes. He'll take it, I'm sure.
No, he'll take 10. But you were great,
Thank you.
and I appreciate everything you're doing in the community. It's
Thank
fantastic.
you. We really appreciate all the support you guys have given us. We're a tiny little gym, and to our knowledge,
Thank you.
it's
Thank
the only woman-owned facility in Western Pennsylvania. To our knowledge. So,
Do you read papers or internet or anything else?
we
No,
do.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sarcastic. I don't know of anybody else that owns a gym, although I did hear about a couple months ago that they thought some other woman owns a gym. something.
Possible.
No, I
That's
haven't
why I
checked
always
it
say
out.
to our knowledge.
I haven't checked it out. We're not trying to hurt anybody else, but if
Nope.
you do own a gym and you want to compete, Krav Maga.
If you are a woman gym owner, I would love for them to get a hold of us so that we can, get some camaraderie going.
Well, I'd
That'd
rather
be
see you
awesome.
fight a little bit.
Well, that too.
Then you can teach everybody the defense and not offense and protect yourself.
That's right.
So, no, thanks again.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Mama Evo. Thank you. Don't leave them hanging.
Tell you what, Al, if I ever needed to know the state of my career, it was just summed up at the beginning of the show. I am following the Krav Maga instructor, the beauty queen, and the beeping lady.
Hold it. Now, here's even worse to this, folks. I told him I have an eclectic mix of people, and I want him to say what his real job is. Not the rest-
In addition to being the greatest professional wrestler to come out of Pittsburgh since Kurt Angle, Bruno Sammartino, Shane Douglas, and about half a dozen other people,
Very well said.
I am also a licensed attorney in the state of Pennsylvania.
All right.
And he's a modest man. Any of the people from the Post-Gazette that know me, they'll remember a name called Reed Smith Sean McClay. They just go by Reed Smith. And they have a great reputation. They are one of the best law firms, not only in Pittsburgh, but in the country. And that's why I didn't want to bring it out so soon, but he's stealing some of my thunder here, and you know I'm competitive here.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm kidding. Go
Thank you.
ahead, wrestler.
What's
this?
Oh, what do we got here? Well, there's
We're going to try to pull this up on the camera.
There's a number of big wrestling events that are coming up in the next couple of weeks, not only in Pittsburgh.
We'll get Devin. Devin, can you get that? See that?
One of the biggest that's coming up just this coming Saturday, September 27th, in Wheeling, West Virginia, at the West Bank Arena. Ring of Honor Wrestling is bringing the Reloaded Tour national television taping. It is one of the biggest shows that we're going to see locally of the year. The show is going to feature the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, former WWE superstar Evan Bourne, currently going by the name Matt Sydal. Just some amazing talent, and it's a great show. And I was hoping to help get the word out about that and about professional wrestling in general. It's really big in Pittsburgh, and it's starting to pick up some steam again. So
You're not the first wrestler on, but
No.
you're one of the most intelligent wrestlers that I've met.
well, I know you said you had Dylan Bostic on.
Yes,
a couple
I
weeks
did.
ago.
The Justin Bieber of
the
wrestling.
the Justin Bieber of professional wrestling. He's I tell you what, all kidding aside, he's a phenomenal talent. I think I've got a better taste in music than he does. But
that
what?
could be
Do we have
true.
Justin Bieber fans in the audience or something? What?
You're allowed to interact with him. I
Yes.
don't blame you for doing that because I don't even know who he is.
Bostic,
No,
Bostic.
not Boston. Sorry, I was going with your music selection.
Oh,
I mix it up a little bit here.
But no, Dylan's a phenomenal talent. Trained out of the Ohio Valley School.
Yes, he did.
And with some of the that used to be the developmental territory, sort of the minor league territory for WWE.
Right.
So he was trained by some of the absolute best in the world. It's great to have him in the area. He's a phenomenal talent.
Sure, and now he's of legal age where he can wrestle, so I mean, that's always a good sign. Sometimes in Ohio and West Virginia,
there's
no birth certificates.
Absolutely not. And I know that there's been a wrestler from who's right now wrestling nationally, Zema Ion. He started in West Virginia when he was only 17 years old because he could not wrestle legally in the state of Pennsylvania. He started when he was 17.
And you have to watch the video with Dylan. I think he started at 16.
16, yeah.
So it happens. When did you start, sir?
I started when I was 19 years old. I was trained in a barn in Tyrone, Pennsylvania. By
near Altoona in Penn State.
Yes, absolutely. I'm from Altoona originally.
Okay. See, I can still read a map, just like I know the UK. For our friends there that are honking a little bit.
Honking away,
yeah,
jeez.
I mean, she has a problem there. They haven't fixed
She's
it either.
she's making a career out of it, though. I mean,
Yeah,
hey.
a second or third career.
Yeah.
If you need earplugs, Marilyn, could you come up and give him some earplugs? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that, because you like props and things.
Oh, absolutely.
Chris will enjoy that. Plus,
Absolutely.
why don't we get a photo with that?
Yeah.
And tell them what your Facebook page is, Marilyn.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, Ear Muffers. So go to Ear Muffers and like our page. Thank you.
Maybe you'll get a sponsor here.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a connector here. We're
Absolutely.
networking too.
Absolutely.
Sorry to interrupt
Absolutely.
your little role, but it was 19 years old. You were working out in a barn, and the
And,
horses come in. No, the cows.
No, it was the only thing. The only thing in the barn was a wrestling ring that was constructed out of plywood,
Really?
and a teddy bear that was 15 feet tall that was stored in the corner. That was never explained to me.
I don't want to know.
But from there, after about 6 months of training, I just went out and started getting bookings across
You're kidding.
Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, Virginia. Tried to travel to New York a little bit,
Yeah.
and it's been a ridiculous journey.
And they
so
paid
far.
you for these gigs? Some?
Some.
Okay.
Well, I'll
I
say
didn't mean to pry. I'm not the IRS. I do not want to know.
There have been times where I've been paid very handsomely, and there have been times where the promoter ducked out before the show was over.
Because
So,
I've heard that. That's
yeah.
why I was bringing it up.
Yeah.
And it happens every so often here that they talk about an event and then it's canceled.
I've been told that an event was canceled while I was about 3 hours into a 6-hour car ride. That's happened to me on a couple occasions.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's tough.
but it's
No wonder you have a day job. I understand that. And I didn't mean to pull it out of you so early in the game. You're still, you can still. How do they get a hold of you if they want to like you? Do you have a persona?
sure.
here?
I've got a couple things. Hold on. I took notes because I didn't want to forget any.
I told you he's well trained with one of the best law firms in the country.
You can find me on Twitter at Chris LaRusso. Chris
Spell
LaRusso.
that, please.
CHRISLERUSSO. And Chris LaRusso on. My alarm's going off, reminding me to eat. Jeez.
Meatball hoagie.
Got it.
Needs to gain some weight.
And Chris LaRusso on Facebook. In addition to, we've got obviously
Yes.
Ring of Honor. There's a couple other major shows that are going to be here locally. Out of McKeesport, Pennsylvania, there is Pro Wrestling Express. They are working on their 20th year in operation.
20 years.
All years out of McKeesport, one of the longest-running independent wrestling companies in the United States. You can find them at pwxtv.com. A company that just started out of Connellsville, ViciousOutcastWrestling.com. They have got shows coming up on October 4th and September 2nd.
Isn't that with Bill Molnar?
That is with Bill Molnar, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't want to forget Black Diamond Wrestling, which is actually out of Wheeling, West Virginia. They will be having a show at the Wheeling Eagles September 28th. The day after Ring of Honor, there is actually a co-promotional deal that if you bring your Ring of Honor ticket to the Black Diamond Wrestling show, you get a little bit off of your admission.
You know what? I think you have a future in promoting too.
Oh,
if you want.
well-
Of course, I know you got to sell tickets and things
Absolutely,
too.
I
Now,
gotta hustle.
when are you wrestling?
You can find me. You can find me on September 27th in Wheeling, West Virginia. You
Hold
can
it,
also
that's
find-
coming up this weekend.
You can also find me October 4th, Connellsville, October 25th, McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Check on at Chris LaRusso on Twitter. I usually keep that updated with all of my dates. I think I also have a couple in the middle of October.
You're a busy man. I thought you were going to give us one or two events over the next couple months.
No,
How do you
professional-
stay in shape and recover like that?
I see a chiropractor.
Okay.
I'll say this: it is professional wrestling, especially on the independent level, is one of the most grueling activities that there is because there is no off season, and
Right.
a lot of times, one of the ways that wrestlers really to self-promote and to get their name out there, they have to work as often as they possibly can, and that
Sure.
means sometimes wrestling 2 or 3 times a weekend,
No
50,
way.
50 weeks a year.
Wow.
A lot of miles on the road, a lot of miles in the car, and it's a struggle.
Well, how and where do you stay in shape? What do you do? Can you mention any of that?
Sure,
or-
I can absolutely. In
Okay.
addition
Just
to
checking.
sure,
Since I brought that law firm out, you know, when I'm with a lawyer, I'm sort of intimidated, as you know.
You'll be served later. No, I'm kidding.
Again, don't worry, I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated. Come on. Just ask some of the legends that are at the office.
Oh, yeah.
They might remember Al Levine before he was the talking machine.
You know, I actually want to say, Al Levine, the talking machine, you might have a future as a manager in professional wrestling. That's a great name for a professional wrestling manager.
Wow. You heard it here first.
I mean,
Maybe my first wrestler could be Chris LaRusso with an E. With an E there,
yes,
not an A.
Yes. What was I saying?
Thank you.
Sorry.
I try to throw people off their game. How'd that work?
Worked well.
Okay.
In addition to just hitting the gym and trying to stay in shape with running, swimming, I also train in jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, kickboxing. I train out of Fight Club Pittsburgh, right out by Robinson Town Center.
We're familiar with it. We're friends with them.
Jamie
Chesney's out there.
Who's out there.
Kama Worthy, Mark Cherico.
Mark Cherico's
the pride of Bloomfield.
The pride of Bloomfield, actually undefeated.
Yes.
He's going to be fighting again here in November, so that'll be absolutely phenomenal. He's been a great coach, has really...
He's fantastic.
Really tightened my game up, gotten me in probably the best shape of my life.
You look in good shape here.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have a certain weight class you have to be in, or it doesn't matter that much in wrestling, I'm finding out?
Professional wrestling really doesn't have a weight class. I've wrestled people as big as 450 pounds, and I have also...
What?
Yes. I had a couple months ago, I wrestled Luke Gallows, who is the New Japan one half of the New Japan Tag Champions. He weighs in about 325 pounds.
No way. And that's legit?
Yep.
Because we run into some wrestlers that aren't that heavy. Remember, we've had a few.
Yeah.
We're not going to mention their names. But 369 pounds.
325 pounds.
No,
so,
but
yeah.
one of our guys that was on here with KSWA Wrestling. Devin, what time do we have here? How are we looking? No, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just checking. You're doing fine.
Oh.
But he has to give me a time check every so often. But he's so busy. Tonight, Devin Shea's running 2 cameras. He's running the soundboard, and he's checking to see what Facebook's up to for Pittsburgh Sportsline. He's all about business. Devin Shea. He's a volunteer.
The tech crew.
He serves our country. He's in the military.
Oh, hey.
So double shot. He does not like photos. Please don't take photos of him.
But yeah, I mean,
but out of Fight Club Pittsburgh, they have a great reputation. And
yes,
a lot of winning tradition is going on out there.
Absolutely, and it's it translates very well into the professional wrestling world too. As a lot of times, if you're a smaller wrestler, I'm only 180 pounds.
I was going to ask, but you got me under a warrant right now, so I have to watch. Those papers could get served immediately.
But a lot of times people, they have that vision in their mind of what a professional wrestler is, and they think 6'2", 240, something like that. To be successful as a smaller wrestler, you really have to be not only an amazing athlete, but you have to have some skills that...
How about technique?
Absolutely, and you have to have really sharp technique that allows you to stand out in a world where there are people who are over 6 feet tall, over 250 pounds.
And they're trying to hurt you, though, seriously.
It's a rough and tumble business. It's absolutely... I'm trying to think of injuries I've had.
Name me at least 10 of them, because I know there's an extensive list. Then we'll get you out of here.
Absolutely. Let's see. I've broken my wrist. I've had 3 concussions. I've had my nose broken the entire way into my orbital bone. I've had...
Plastic surgery's done well for you.
I've been lucky. I've avoided that. I was hit in the head with a guitar from the Honky Tonk Man.
No way.
And I had splinters had to be taken out of my eye socket because the guitar shattered, and the splinters went into my eye, and they had to pull the splinters out.
You know what? We better stop there.
Yeah,
it's
maybe
a family show. This is getting too graphic here in this day and age, but you're my new hero. I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Will you come back again?
Absolutely, anytime. Thank you for having me.
When you have an event or 3 events, you're welcome back.
12 events, absolutely. Hey, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I want to send out condolences real quick to 2 groups of people. First off, Bill Boyce, the Golden Voice, your official photographer, lost a dear friend. My condolences to the friends and family of his friend. and him as well, and to the state athletic commissioner, former legendary boxer. I knew it was before my time, but I knew him as a boxing and especially pro wrestling. Andy Kid DePaul, pro wrestling referee, and he's state athletic commissioner.
True legend. We did a moment of silence for him before.
Okay, I apologize for people.
You don't have to.
But an awesome guy.
He's worth it.
Exactly. And, my condolences and sympathies to both of those folks. Also, a quick belated happy birthday to Dan, the Bionic Fist of Justice Kakuta, recently celebrating a birthday, and the pride of Edema, Ohio, the Grappling House, one of the best referees in the whole MMA business, Chip Snyder, recently celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to those gentlemen.
And he's only known as the Grappling House to me.
That's he's no name. That's how I find him too. Just as a Grappling House.
Definitely.
We missed you at our last show, but we understand you and Lois Brenner's baby boy Zach had to go to New York for some boxing.
We were supporting Rod Salka.
Gotcha. Smoking Jim left me high and dry. He was there at least, but he's like the lone stranger.
Hold it. No, say Batman.
Batman.
Where's Batman?
At the end of the night, I turned.
Where's Batman?
He was gone, and I needed him. This little old lady came up to me, and I thought she was going to say she enjoyed herself, or ask me about my hair, say the great fights, or maybe even say I did a good job. And she said, "You're the worst ring announcer. Your voice sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard. You look uglier than Frankenstein." She went on for 5 minutes. Finally, I had to say, "Mom, go home. I'll talk to you tomorrow." They're trying to tear down the cage. You're in the way.
Before you go too far, because you got some great material here.
I'm ready to get on the.
I know, and you don't even have it written down. We're going to boxing right now because he's so bad at doing MMA with Gladiators of the Cage that now he's going to do
boxing. It's going to be at Fairmont State University at the Falcon Center. It's Mayhem in the Mountains for brand new world ranked boxing. This is going to be October 11th. I believe only about an hour and a half or so from here.
Is that all they can take? Oh, you're going to drive that far.
Yeah, I'm actually making a road trip. We've got in the main event the NABF heavyweight champion Daniel the Mountain Martz. Also in the co-main event 10-0 Jeremy Karpency. Also 2-0 Angelo Snow. Pro debut of Dave Forsyth. Allegedly 3 to 4 amateur fights, 5 to 6 pro fights. And I don't want to get into great detail about this, but World Rank is going to be bringing a show to Pittsburgh in December. They're shooting for the 20th. I can't give out much details, but we're going to call it. It's either going to be Merry Fistmas or Santa Bras, but it's going to be December 20th in the greater Pittsburgh area. They're coming. Look for that. Also, do not forget Pinnacle Fighting Championships. They're now a legendary Wednesday before Thanksgiving show. And, of course, December 6th, Gladiators of the Cage returns to Stage AE. We've got a super show lined up. A lot of lady fights we're working on.
We're going to call you back up before that, my friend.
We'll get into specifics.
And you kept it underneath 3 minutes.
See me at Mike's New Moon Saloon Tuesdays. That's in West Deer.
Where? Can you repeat that? I missed that.
Mike's New Moon Saloon. That's on Saxonburg Boulevard in West Deer. And where did you go to school at?
Mighty Gateway!
Thursday's the Gateway Inn Tavern on Route 8. Nothing to do with the school, but the same name, Gateway Inn Tavern. Thursday night, stop in and see me DJ there. Thank you, guys.
It's a pleasure. Hey, Zach, welcome to the show. Glad you could make it. I know you were digging a ditch 30 feet deep. He does plumbing all day and everything else.
Hey, Juicy J, you want to take the air of myself. You're going to want to hear this one, brother. Here. This is as customary, as per the usual. I lost the bet on Jarvis, Too Slow Jones, and I'm paying up on the bet $1 that Jarvis Jones is a bust in the National Football League, and that just reaffirms it. I'll take that back now.
Whoa, any money on this show goes through Levine.
Whoa.
A.K.A. the Green.
Don't put any green near Levine.
We got the new green pen.
Well,
Timmons knocked him out. The other team didn't. Timmons took out 2 of our players.
Well,
it's not a bust yet.
I got breaking news. I don't know if any of you folks are aware of this, but James Harrison is coming back to the Steelers. He'll be back in the Steel City probably tomorrow in the South Side.
All right.
If he couldn't make it at Cincinnati.
He'll be back.
I know, but can he play anymore?
Yes,
I think he can play better than a guy named Moats. Can't get any worse than that.
I don't know. Give
what
the kid
happened to
chance.
Hojo?
He's at the restaurant.
He doesn't even know who Hojo.
He's at the restaurant.
This NFL scout, man, he hypes everybody up, man, and then he doesn't even remember their names. Come on, Muhammad. These guys be coming up to Jim Frazier like, "Hey, Jim, you said you loved my game film. Who are you?" Who are you?
Why do you think he keeps stealing my pens? He's writing her
And
names down.
For the record,
What record?
on our drives home, Jim Frazier passes through way worse territory than me and way more homeless people, probably outside of the gates to his house, than I do driving through Homestead on the way back to my house.
Oh, now I understand. Gateway Gates.
So,
First time that's been done on this show.
when I was shoveling that snow, man, I think I stepped over a couple gentlemen that Jim Frazier said were the next great thing. But
That is true that you did shovel snow that day. That's awesome. I heard you had to bring your own.
I didn't get paid for that. I should have took it off that buck. But
the check's in the mail, he told me.
hey, man, there's a lot of checks in the mail, supposedly, Levine.
We're looking for it.
We're looking for a lot of checks.
Definitely. Maybe.
We're about to, hey, I'll tell you what, Dave Cable, we're about to have a telethon, an all-day telethon.
Wow.
To collect, to raise funds for Pittsburgh Sportsline. And
I know. Donate $1 today. Don't be bashful.
donate 10, 100. Give me 1,000. I'll do whatever you need. Brenner Contracting.
Well, hold it. We'll come out with another magazine. We'll
That's
even
in the
give you a
works.
15-minute interview for that $1,000. I guarantee it'll be the best interview you ever had, except for this one with the Amish assassin.
For good reason, too.
Yeah,
you don't want to know
exactly.
how many Amish people have been assassinated, but
No,
cut that
I
out,
don't
Dave.
want to know.
No, some Amish people were harmed in the making of this show.
No, none yet.
Not yet that we know of.
Well, I know we only got a couple minutes. You want to talk any sports?
Sure, we can talk some sports. Let's talk about the new head basketball coach at Still Valley.
Angel Safino's brother.
What's his name?
Drew.
Drew Shafino. Used to ball at West Virginia. One of the greatest in the WPIL. But
Yeah.
it didn't come without much controversy. Sean McAllister was coming off a 17-4 season last year, and I guess he's been building his program
Sean
up at Still Valley. Remember Sean McAllister?
No.
He was a Bishop Boyle great.
I remember Nate McAllister. McAllister to play for West Mifflin. Remember him?
Oh yeah. I think he got busted. And he got derailed.
Oh, we'll go back to sports again.
He got derailed. But
You only got a couple minutes left, buddy.
times are tough for Jim Frazier. I mean, a Penn Hills guy comes to coach Still Valley.
Hold on, I got to interrupt you. Breaking news: 8-7. Gateway won the first game. 8-7.
That's that high-powered offense.
They couldn't kick an extra point, but they won the game.
Defense.
Don't worry, man. I heard there's a couple guys from over in Nigeria that they're looking to bring in and move into the district.
From
They're
the
gonna-
UK,
They're
man.
going to booster up that line, man. They're gonna.
Well, we got scouts going to the UK. You missed our earlier guest. They're going to the UK to promote what they do. They're in the top 10 funniest videos in the world.
Yeah, you were on CP.
You missed Marilyn and Mary. She actually starts laughing and honking. That's what that honk was. It's not imaginary. She honks. And she, yeah, she actually has a voice impediment there. I don't know what her parents did to her. Something. Her parents are right there. They're laughing at her, not with her. This is ridiculous. See what happens? We're trying to cover sports, but it's hard today.
You bring it off the beat, bro.
It is. Additionally, did you guys hear about Mike Tyson helped a motorist that was injured
No.
in a car accident? Yep, Iron Mike Tyson now is helping folks in need. So
Well, he's our friend. You sat on his lap for a half hour talking to him at the last fight at the console. I saw you there.
I didn't sit on
It looked that way. You guys look like good friends. And he didn't bite any ears. He's my
Well,
friend, too. I got a couple photos.
I couldn't be so lucky.
Hey, Zach, this is it for the show. I got to wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Thank you for watching Pittsburgh Sportsline. Thanks for coming out. You can check us out on Verizon 32 everywhere, Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park, YouTube 24/7. Thanks to all the great guests and the great crowd they brought with them. Thank you very much for coming here.
Hey, make sure they watch the show in Monroeville.
Good night. Good night. Have a safe trip home. See you next week.
Hello, America. Mr. Bold speaking. I issued an ice bucket challenge to my good friend Darth Vader, and given his ego and celebrity status, I was sure that he would take the challenge. But if he doesn't show up in the next minute or two, I'm gonna have to do it myself.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Nice towel. And I said a bucket challenge. That's a cup.
Don't make me destroy you.
You're such a show-off. What are you waiting for, you big sissy?
It is pointless to resist.
I can't believe you just force-soaked me!
All too easy.
You're not such a bad guy after all, old buddy.
Apology accepted.
The Ice Bucket Challenge has done a great job of raising awareness for ALS and many other noteworthy charities. If you have an Ice Bucket Challenge or some other cause you would like to bring attention to, Darth Vader and yours truly, Mr. Bold, would like you to come to BPTV and will gladly help you make a program or promo or share your existing video with the community.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Everyone is welcome to Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Company's first annual Oktoberfest and Monte Carlo night. It'll be held on Saturday, October 18th at the Bethel Park Community Center. Festivities include a live DJ, 50-50 raffle, and much more. Tickets are $25 and can be purchased by calling firefighter Eva Parker at 412-758-0917 or Deputy Chief Rob Nestrich at 412-862-1339. You must be at least 21 years old to attend. One ticket for only $25 buys you all the food and drink you want, plus a night filled with fun, laughter, and games. We'll see you at the first annual Oktoberfest and Monte Carlo night at the Bethel Park Community Center, 5151 Park Avenue on October the 18th. All proceeds benefit the Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Department. Special thanks to our sponsors, Pasta 2, Virgili Beer, Pepsi, Lowe's, Bethel Park Printing, and Kogo's. See you Saturday, October 18th.
Ha ha ha!